Alright, y'all, so let's go ahead and work on the verses now. So we basically have the hook right here. Um, let's go actually put it like this, and then we'll put our verses on 3. And to get our verses, let's go ahead and just copy pattern 2 and transfer it to pattern, actually that was pattern 1, excuse me. So copy pattern 1, double click, and when these two, you get all these green lit up, and then take it down to pattern 3. And what we'll do is, let's go ahead and set this to 16 as well, and we'll remove the 808, remove the hi-hat, and remove the crash basically, and we'll add our boo bass in here. You can use a more high quality bass sound, but I'm just trying to make this simple, so we'll go ahead and use our boo bass sound. And let's go ahead and lay this bass pattern in. I kind of already have an idea what I want to do. It's pretty simple, so let me go ahead and record it, and I'll show you guys the notes. Okay, and one thing I forgot is, let's go ahead and take out this Vanguard as well. And it basically looks like this, and let's go ahead and shorten this up a little bit, just so there's some room between here. And now we'll do basically a little run, basically up and then coming back down. Oops. Go ahead and delete this. Something like, we're just playing up the scale, then we're gonna come back down, and we actually need to start over here if I'm gonna get the sound I'm looking for. Go take some of this treble out, turn up the bass, the bass and the mids. And we'll go ahead and select each other note basically, and do a little chop on it with the 0.500 multiplicator, basically like this, just to make it a little more interesting sounding. That will be the bass that we're using for our verses basically. So this will be the verse, and then you'll hear the difference when the hook comes in. Oops. Let me go make sure that everything else is playing. And let's go ahead and change that boo bass. Let's make sure it just starts at basically a higher note. I didn't really like it coming from that E sound, that E note. So let's just do something like, let's take a listen to that. Okay, so there it switches back into the hook. So let's take pattern 3 and take it down to pattern 4. So just copy and paste basically, same thing. And then to basically create our transition, let's get rid of this kick, this tambourine, this weird snare. We'll keep these in here. So what we'll do is we'll keep those snares. Let's take the kicks out basically after this part, and the clap out, and we'll basically use our bass to create a sort of transition effect type thing. And we'll start basically from this E down here and just run straight up the scale. And we'll basically do the same thing we did over here with the chopping every other note. Oops. So Alt U. Go ahead and do that real quick. And this actually turned into a slide note, so we want to go ahead and make sure that's a regular note again. And let's take these out as well, so we know the transition is coming. So basically we'll have this pattern play pattern 3 3 times, then it'll go to pattern 4, and then into the hook. And one thing we'll do is on pattern 4, let's go ahead, and there's an alien sound effect in here, and we'll just place that right here at the end. Make sure that we do this to the, just to shorten it up, send to the piano roll, and I'll just play the transition for you guys. Okay, and then you just transition back to the hook, and obviously you do more drops, whatever you want to do. But that's a simple way, and you basically have the full beat right here. You'll just do minor little drops, minor little tweaks to it, and it's really easy. It gives you a nice laid-back type feeling. Something you could hear maybe a Wiz, Mac Miller, maybe even a French Montana. Kind of has that kind of bounce to it. So I hope you guys pick up some new information. Until next time, bjones.com.